In this video we're going to be talking about reference angles. You can see on the top here I've written a little definition for you that a reference angle is the angle measure between the terminal side and the x-axis, either the positive or negative x-axis, whichever is closer. If we take a look at this angle here, we have the same angle as in the past concept video, and that was 30 degrees. And what we need to do now is we're going to draw three other angles where the angle between the x-axis and the terminal side is also 30 degrees. To do that, I can take my protractor, we'll line this up right on the top, and we want to go 30 degrees from the negative x-axis here. So that's 10, 20, and 30. So we could make a little mark here, and then we could draw our angle measure. See if we can get this as exact as we can. So you'll note that this angle right here is still 30 degrees. Now when we actually measure this angle though, we're going to go from here, from the positive x-axis, all the way around to this terminal side. Remember, in standard position we always measure angles like that. So if we know that the reference angle is 30, then we could go 180 and subtract 30. So let's do that in green here. So we'll do 180 degrees and subtract 30, and that gets us 150 degrees. And we would say that 150 degrees has a reference angle of 30. An important note here is that reference angles are always between 0 degrees and 360. So please keep that in mind. The reference angle is 30. A 150 degrees has a reference angle of 30. We could continue in this fashion and come up with two more angles. Next one we'll do in orange. And this time I'll just turn the protractor upside down, try and get this as exact as we can. And that looks pretty good right there. And it is upside down. However, I know that this is 30 degrees right here, so perhaps you'd be doing it a little bit more precisely like this. That'd be even better. But you can see that it's at 30 there. And for this one, you'll note that this angle here is still 30 degrees. So all the angles between the x-axis and the terminal sides are going to be 30. The reference angle is 30 for all of these, but when we measure this angle, we want to go around to 180 and then 30 more. So we could do 180 degrees plus 30, which gets us 210 degrees, which is the angle measure of the orange terminal side here. And you'll note that 210 degrees, like 150, has a reference angle of 30. There's one left to do, and to do this one, we can just measure here. And if you're doing this at home without a protractor, just do the best that you can. You can print one off from the internet probably. But as long as you get as close as you can, this should make sense to you. And you'll note also that the opposite angles here will line up in a straight line as well. So this angle still is going to be 30. To figure out this angle, I like to think about this angle here, this terminal side, as going around 360 and backing up 30. So to find this one, we're going to take 360, which would be all the way around, and then back up 30 degrees, or subtract 30. So that's 330 degrees, and that will be this measure all the way around to here. 330, 210, 150, and even 30 all have reference angles of 30 degrees. And so we can write that here. The reference angle for 30, 150, 210, and 330 is 30 degrees, and this is between 0 and 90. I actually wrote that incorrectly here on the top, so we're going to scratch this off right here, and you guys can erase at home if you want. 0 to 90.